Hi, and welcome to our show, Positive Impact Project, PIP. This is Ingrid Karazinger, and I am here with Carrie, who is an author, paranormal romance author, and she is here today to talk a little bit about her work with us, what inspires her, what she does currently, and how she got into it. So we're going to ask her some questions today. If you're just tuning in to PIP, this is a docu-series that basically spotlights those people who work in service for humanity or those that bring a positive impact into the world. And it's from a variety of fields, people that follow their passion, follow their heart, and really do what they feel destined to do. And we're just so excited with the people that have been coming on and sharing their life with us. So thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
So Carrie, tell us first of all, what is it that you do right now, currently in your life?
Well, I write paranormal romance books, and that's about it.
So do you write all the time? I mean,
do.
how often do you do it?
I do. I write every day. I try to. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. The rest of my family gets up at 6:30, so I have an hour and a half in the morning that I spend just on getting some writing done, and then do the mom thing, take my kids to school, and after I get everybody settled, then I come back home and write some more, and then they come home from school. So
That's great. So you really make it work.
yeah.
And it sounds like you have a schedule. So do you just kind of stick with the schedule each day?
I do. I have a goal. I try to write at least 2,000 words every day, unless I'm editing. If I'm writing something new, I have my word count, and once I reach that, then I can relax.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So that's a lot of discipline.
Yeah, it does. It
And for
is.
someone creative too, that's a nice balance. I think.
I mean, when I first started, picked it back up this year, I didn't do that, and I was just kind of writing whenever I felt like it, and my story was going really slow, and so I decided I needed to give myself some rules, and that way I could get it done, and once I did that, then stuff comes out a lot faster now.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So tell us a little bit about your background. You're doing paranormal romance. I'm just wondering what got you into it. I mean, how did this all begin?
Well, I grew up next door to a cemetery. Like, there's a row of bushes and a dirt road, and then the cemetery. That was my house. So I was always kind of exposed to supernatural ideas and stuff, and my dad was always watching the monster movies, the werewolves and vampires and whatnot. So I've always been around that kind of stuff, and throw in the romance. I guess I'm a hopeless romantic, so I mix the two. And
It's a good combination.
Yeah.
So as far as your work goes, have you always been a writer? Have you done other things in your life?
No, I started out as a high school teacher. I taught journalism and yearbook, basically taught other people how to write for about 11 years. And then I decided to give writing a go, and that's what I do now.
Great. So how many books have you put out there?
Okay, well, I had 3 novels and 3 short stories published until last year. The publisher went out of business. So all that came down, and I'm working on getting them back out. So at the moment, right now, I have 1 novel out, and I have another one that I'm about to release in February. And then I've written some new stuff that I'm working on too.
Great, great. So what is your current book that you have? You have it with you today, right?
Yeah, this is Reawakened, is a paranormal romance set half in Houston and half in Scotland. And it's got vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff. This is the very first book I ever wrote, and it was published, I believe, in 2012 originally, and then it's just been re-edited, re-released in November. This is
great. That sounds really fun too. So what is a little bit about the story that you can share with us?
Okay, well, it's about Jules, and she is a 38-year-old single mom of an adult child, and she's just been on her own her entire life, and she finally meets someone, and it turns out he is not quite what he seems, and her life goes from just working and paying the bills to this great adventure involving all these supernatural creatures, and she has to travel to Scotland to save the world.
That sounds pretty awesome. I hope they make a movie out of that.
Yeah, that would be
'cause that would be
nice.
really nice. So tell us what you plan for yourself moving forward, more projects. What are you working on now?
Currently, my current work in progress is a ghost story set in New Orleans. I've finished the first draft, but I'll have to go through it probably 6 or 7 more times before it's ready to start sending out anywhere. But in 2016, I wrote 3 novels. So I have 2 that are complete and edited that I'm shopping around, and then the one that I've just done the first draft on.
Great. Wow, you have a lot of pans in the fire.
Yeah.
3 novels in 1 year.
Yeah.
That is somebody to be your idol if you're a writer. I guess that takes a lot of discipline too.
Yeah.
So, and I guess being a teacher also helped you with having structure and
Yeah.
planning for
It did,
writing.
and the teaching writing, so I'm very adept in grammar and all that kind of stuff.
You
so,
already know how to
yeah,
edit.
it helped.
So, was it easy to leave teaching to go writing full time?
It was for me because I was done. It was one of those. I think that teaching is a field where you really need to love it or you're doing a disservice to the kids. And I was at the point where I didn't love it anymore. I was just going to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I kind of realized that, I realized that it was time for me to go and move on to something else. Let somebody who could love it come in and take my place.
Okay, so you're happier now.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Just get to write. Have your own schedule too.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's nice. So moving forward, what is it that you see for yourself like in the next few years? What else would you like to accomplish?
My goal right now, I'm trying to get an agent because the big publishers you can't even submit your work to unless you have an agent. So that's what I've been working on this past year, is submitting my stories to different agents. And I have a few who are looking at it, who were interested and asked to read the whole thing. So it's basically the waiting game now on the 2 that I have complete. I'm just waiting.
That's great.
Just waiting.
Okay. So you're probably going to just keep writing. I mean,
Yeah.
do you just want to like keep popping books out?
That's what I want to do.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Well, it's just nice and refreshing to see somebody who's creative and has also those practical skills. I mean, a lot of creative people don't always get that, forth into the world, that creativity or create something or know how to have that balance. So it's really nice to hear that. You're making your dream come true, that you're doing what you love. So that's exciting. And I've known you for a lot of years too. I remember the very first book you were working on or you had finished, To Catch a Spirit.
Yeah.
That was about a psychic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that one, I learned a lot from your classes. And,
Okay,
and
I was
the
going to
stuff
say,
that I took.
that's how we met.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones that was published before, and the publisher then went out of
Okay.
business, and it's on the back burner but everything that I'm putting back out, I'm re-editing because I've learned more and I write better now than I did then, and so it's kind of, I've had to hit a balance between getting my old stuff back out there, but also I want to put out new stuff. So,
Okay.
but that one, yeah, I do still have that one.
I remember I was really excited about that concept, and I don't know that there's a lot of things out there like that. So I do hope you work more on getting those back out, or however you want to rewrite or write them again. But something that all these different interests you have in paranormal, I think it's awesome to incorporate those into your novels.
Yeah, and the new one that my current work in progress, that is the ghost story. It has the main character is a psychic medium, and he goes around, and communicates with spirits and stuff. So I took some of the elements from that and put them into this new one.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to read it. So if you want to, your website, carriepulkinen.com, you can find her there, and you can see what she's up to, see what new things are coming up for her, and then can you just get the book through there, or where do they find it?
There's links in my website. It's also on Amazon. That's probably the easiest place. It's on Barnes & Noble too for Nook, but the print copy is through Amazon or directly through the publisher, which is the Wild Rose Press.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being on today and sharing the book with us. Again, the new one is Reawaken, so check it out on Amazon. Thank you again, and good luck. I mean, this is really exciting. We want to see what else you pop out and bring forth into the world to share with us.
Thank you.
So, thanks, and thank you, everybody. Just keep watching. If you have any questions for Carrie, feel free to send in your comments or send an email and just let us know, and we'll try to get some answers for you if you have anything that you wanted to know. Thanks again, and have a great new year. Bye-bye.